it got awkward. So I made sure to have enough clothes, enough underwear, enough bras, have certain documents like birth certificate, passport, make copies of things, make copies of the official letters. I made a bunch of copies. Copies of my license, just important documents, any certificates that you need to bring just in case. Anything that you think is important for yourself, you should think about that too. I tried making a budget, but since I didn't have financial aid, it didn't work. Like I couldn't realistically make one yet. One thing that I do want to say is financial aid did not come when they said it was gonna come. Just gonna say that. Don't believe it. But on my website a couple weeks ago, I've already put the list of things that I packed, so think I'm just gonna skip on this one. So I kind of want to talk about real quickly about the intensive learning program. I kind of wrote this already, but I just want to go over it just in case something wasn't clear. So the first week was, I'm just gonna briefly go over the first week. I arrived in Mexico City on July 1st. And I got there with my family and with my parents, because I kind of wanted them to just like be in a city that they've never gotten a chance to be in. So I invited them along. They were also able to. They were kind of worried, so they came with me too. Because you hear a lot about Mexico City, but it's not that true. Well, I mean it probably is, but I haven't experienced it. So we just hung out a bit before checking into the hotel, where the program was gonna start, or where they're gonna house us. So we just like did a little sightseeing, went to the Basilica, because my mom was like, oh, I gotta go to the Basilica. Every mom was, well, not every mom, but my mom wanted to go. So once we get back, I check in, I get ready. The hotel was awesome. It was beautiful. It's beautiful. The coordinator for UNAM is Vero Telles this year, and I believe every year she's been. I'm not really sure. And she gave us a bus pass with 50 pesos on it, enough for us to take the metro bus. Mine looks like this. Enough to take us from the hotel to La Bombilla stop, which is where La Casa de California is, the UC Center. And I think that's about all she gave us at that moment. So we took the metro bus from the hotel to La Bombilla, and it was terrible. It was like a rough introduction to city transportation. It's awesome. Like, now that I think about it, it's like it's not an awesome system, but it was a bad experience the first time. It was really full. It was really packed. Everyone was touching each other, like sardines. I got my ass grabbed multiple times. That was really bad. I hated my life. It was raining. Everyone was there. Like, on top of that, there was traffic, and it was just bad. But I got there. We got there, and we had like an introduction to the program. We were given a notebook, a personalized notebook for us. It was really cool, with our address, of where we're going to be staying, and just some like important numbers. And we were also, depending on your program, you got a program detailing like dates. So as you can see, well, the first day was Cena de Bienvenida con Julia Menard. She's a director as well, and Veronica Telles, she's the coordinator of the program. We had really good food. It was really good. It was like a sopa de flor de calabaza and mushrooms, and it was really good. It was like very veggie friendly for me personally, I would say. We kind of well, not kind of, but we got a conference about security, or like a little workshop about security with el licenciado Hector Perez. And personally, I was like, dude, this is way too late. I already got my ass grabbed. Like, I mean, it's good that they told us, but it's like, alright, a little too late, but whatever. But yeah, it was kind of, and it ran a little late because everybody got there late, and we got home or to the hotel late, and I was just so drained. And that's just really quickly, because that honestly, it was like a really fast day. The second day, which was July 2nd, we all waited in the lobby to be picked up by our caseras, or landlords, and it was there that I met my 3 roommates, housemates, sorry, because we all have our own rooms, which is really cool. Yeah, from the hotel we went to check out our apartment, and I had to say, like, my apartment is beautiful. It's amazing. Everything's new. The lady really like put thought into everything for us, and I'll give a tour later of the place, but it's really, or put pictures or something. But I really, really liked it. I think I actually did put pictures already. But it's an amazing place, and I have my own room. It's really spacious. Mine's the biggest room because everyone else wanted the small room. I really didn't want the bigger one. It has 2 beds. It was intended for 2 people, but since there's only 4 of us here, then I just get stuck with the big room. Oh no. Yeah. So we're located near a metro bus station called Perisur, and I'm about 25 to 30 minutes away from la Facultad de Ciencias Políticas y Sociales, which is my facultad, which is awesome. The walk isn't so bad, honestly. It's actually pretty cool. It's an awesome area to live in because, sorry, I guess I'll because downstairs, like, there's a bunch of like little shops, like underneath my apartment. There's a bunch of shops, like food. I can just get food whenever I want. It's like close. And then, like, on the street, there's a lot of street vendors, and I love street vendors. Like, street vendors are the best human beings in my life. Like, unfortunately, street vendors are really stigmatized, and just like in LA and a lot of places in the US, like, they're really pushed out. But fortunately, they're solid. They're here. They come back. They hustle. Yeah. And then after we checked out our apartment, we had another, like, lunch and another talk, and this one was it was just like a general one, and then we also took our Spanish test, and that was easy. I got placed in like the level 3, which is like more, I guess, I don't really know, more advanced, I would say. Yeah. Yeah. Okay, what else did I? Oh, that's seriously all I wrote. Okay, I guess this is part 2, part 1 and part 2. So from week, and then we, on July, and so classes began July 4th. We had Sunday off, and we started Monday. And on Monday we had, another like, oh no, I do want to talk about one of the days we had another workshop on security, and honestly it was bullshit. Like, it was really triggering. Like, we were shown videos of like a dramatization of like a rape scene, and it was really bad, and people walked out, and someone was awesome enough to be vocal about it. And I just wish when people put on these programs or these workshops, like, they keep in mind that statistically there's gonna be 1 in 4 women who have already experienced some sort of sexual assault, and I don't know, I just feel like they didn't think that one out, or at least the people who gave the workshop didn't think about it. So that's another complaint I have. My AP, the program, workshops, be more be better, be more mindful of the content you present to us. And the video was too long. It was too long. And since it's a lot of women, yeah, it's a lot of women in that program. So for the most part, I think there's like 8 men that I know. And it's, I don't know, like, not that men can't go through that either, but I feel like, I think it was more of a scare tactic, and I don't like that, to be honest. Like, that's bullshit. I guess just be more mindful. Like, I don't want to think about that. Anyways. And then so Monday classes started, and I had the classes that I had, because of my program specifically, my intensive learning program. Every program had difference. If you were in FRP, the research program, you're more likely to have a class on research. But I had just 2. Spanish in the morning and history in the afternoon. And Spanish was in Spanish, and history was bilingual, so that was cool. They were just classes, like, it was helpful, but especially the history one. The history one's really, like, I feel like I got it. Like, I may not remember everything, but I think it really helped in terms of, like, understanding, like, the context of the classes I'm taking now. Like, I'm a social major, so, like, history is very important to be able to understand something. And I think for the most part, history is really important. So that class was really awesome. I think maybe having a professor with more time, not that to say that professor's not like super knowledgeable about what they're talking about, because super intelligent, super helpful in making things clear, but also sometimes if you don't have time, maybe consider not teaching the class. But that's just me. I think the teacher is pretty cool though, but I guess I have that complaint, and some people feel like as if the professor was rude, and I mean, yeah, a little bit, to be honest. Spanish was good. I think I would have rather learned some other things, because then it just felt like I was just doing things just to do things. And I know some people who are paying for the program, and I feel like they should have gotten more. I don't know. I don't want to talk about this. It's complicated, and I haven't processed this fully, but I wish it was a little bit different. And also, like, we finished class like the Friday before the Monday we were gonna start school from UNAM, and I don't think they thought that through. Like, we had orientation the last week of finals for the ILP program, and I don't think that's awesome. I think that was very irresponsible, and I think it was poorly planned. Like, a lot of people, I personally need a lot of time to prepare for the next phase of my life, like, personally. But I know I'm not the only one, and I know people were drained, I know people were exhausted, I know people are homesick, and I think having a break would have really helped us jump back into it, ready for now, or ready for whatever was to come. I don't know, that's just my opinion. So, but anyways, during ILP we went to some great ass places. We went to, for example, Malinalco, we went to Teotihuacan, we went on Trajineras, like the Xochimilco kind, like the boats, but it wasn't Xochimilco, was it? I think it was near, I don't know, it was Trajineras though. Other places that we went that were alright was Museo Legislativo, so like the legislative place. And then, another cool place we went to was the Palacio de Bellas Artes, and we saw, it was called El Ballet Folclórico de Amalia Hernández, and we went to the Zócalo. The guía was kind of like anal about everything, and like literally, like, if like we started like walking a little slow, he would just be like, hurry up, we're gonna be late. It was just kind of annoying, but the tour was awesome. Like, I think I could have done it without the tour guide, but it helped. But the Palacio de Bellas Artes is beautiful. It's a beautiful place, and I want to post pictures. I got sick though at a restaurant that we ate. It was terrible. I was having period cramps too, so I'm like, oh, like it's probably that. But no, I think the food had like meat, like either broth with meat or animal broth. Because I'm a vegetarian, so I think I got sick because of that. Or something, I don't know, but I had a stomach virus the next day and I was on my period. I was like, oh no. But I survived it. I had a fever. I got the Montezuma curse or whatever they call it. But I love street food. I've never gotten sick from street food. Restaurants, yeah. Street food, no. Street vendors. So Teotihuacan was guided by a professor from, I think, ITAM, the University ITAM. That was awesome. He knows a lot of things. He's very knowledgeable. Teotihuacan is beautiful. Like, it's beautiful. You should go. Malinalco though. Malinalco I think has been my favorite. It was like a town, a pueblo like this. It's not a city at all. Like, we went to, I don't know, I'll post pictures because it just, what I'm going to say doesn't do it justice. But it was an amazing experience and really appreciate the program for that trip in specific. We also went to some alright places. We went to the recycling plant for PET owned by Coca-Cola. I think I could have gone without that trip. Like, we were stuck in the bus on our way back for like long 2 hours longer than we had to be. We had finals that week for IOP, and I didn't personally like that because it was like, we have to do more of our part to recycle, but it's like, okay, Coca-Cola, stop making soda. Like, you're fucking everything up. Like, whatever. Like, you're the one to blame for all this in the first place, and now you're telling us to recycle. Like, we've been recycling. August 3rd, we had orientation at UNAM, at least the Facultad de Ciencias Políticas y Sociales. It was kind of an introduction, just like, hey, these are your rights as students, but these are also things you can't do. You're really cool. Thank you for being in Mexico. Welcome. That was it. That was basically it. The day after was August 4th, and that was like the orientation. It started early. I think it could have started a little bit later because it didn't really start on time anyways, and it was mostly just videos. The second part was meeting up with your faculty. Maybe it was Facultad de Ciencias Políticas y Sociales, and it was like a tour and just questions and answers, but also like, I mean, it was helpful, but I also think it could have been better. Also, there wasn't really that much to say, so maybe that's why it was so, it's like 9 to 3, but it felt fast because we didn't really do much. So the first week at UNAM, not a lot of people show up, and a lot of professors don't show up. The first day was kind of, I changed my schedule a lot because I didn't like some of the classes. In some classes, there's high schoolers, so I went into one just to like listen in because I thought one of my classes was canceled because there was absolutely no seats. If there's no seats, by the way, it might be that it's canceled, or some classes just don't have seats and you just have to pull them in from other places. I thought there was no class, so I just left. And to kill time, I went into another class and I got called on. And it was embarrassing. But I'm glad I didn't stay in that class because it was, I don't know, like, I felt like my opinion was weird to them. Because they asked me about Hillary and Trump, and they're like, Hillary or Trump? I'm like, neither, they're both the same. And they kind of were like, or the professor was like, but you know you benefit, like, I don't know, like, I feel like they look at it differently, but the way I see it is they're both the same. And everyone's gonna lose with any one of them, so, I don't know. I guess I have to expand on that. Well, I don't really have to. I don't really want to. But that class was alright. It was a lot of high school students, and they're very knowledgeable. Like, they seem very radical, which is really good. I'm glad. But But the first day, like a lot of my classes were canceled, or I just didn't understand that you had to put chairs. So I didn't go to a lot of my classes on Monday, so I went to the gym instead. I've been going to the gym, by the way, since the IOP program started. I've been going to this gym called Ilshim Gym. I pay like 20 bucks a month, and I really like it. I mean, sometimes the machines don't work, but for the most part, I really like it. And since I've been in Mexico, I've been getting better in shape, eating better, eating healthier. Unfortunately, for Mexico, the dollar is very, like, it is very valuable. So I am able to buy more food than most people. So I do get my fruits and vegetables, which I feel guilty about, but also it's been helping with my health. So I've been cooking home a lot, and that's been saving money. Also it helps because I'm a vegetarian, and sometimes I don't know what kind of oil they're using. If they're using Larima, they usually don't. The places I eat, they don't usually. And like vegetarian food is anywhere. Like Mexico is like vegetarian without realizing it. But why did I say this? Oh yeah, so I've been going to the gym. So that the first week was kind of just like a mess, but I've changed my schedules in that week. I've set it now. So I only go to school 2 days a week, Tuesday and Fridays. I don't have the attention span for more than 2 days a week, so I just go from 9 to 6. I go to class with, I believe, 1 to 2 breaks depending on the day. On Mondays, my schedule is in the morning from 9 to 11. I have sociology of, give me a second, I need to pull up the names. It's sociology of desarrollo de educación, so how school education has evolved, or yeah, más o menos así. Give me a second. Yeah, Educación y Desarrollo en Mexico, so specifically in Mexico, and that one is from 9 to 11. It's an upper division. All of these are upper division, by the way. The second class I'm taking is only on Tuesdays from 9 to 1, and it's called Mexico Nación Multicultural, and that talks a lot about indigenous groups, about the fourth root, which is like the African descent. It's really cool so far. I really like it. We have a speaker each week, and for me, I can't listen to the same person. Like, it's really hard for me. So every week, different person speaking on a topic, which is cool because they bring in outside people, not just professors, not just like it's people who live this, or are among people who live this experience. The third class I have is from 1 to 3, and it's Migración Internacional, so my international migration. I've taken migration classes before at UCLA, but this one specifically is not specific on a country, it's international, and I've taken Mexico migration before. I think it's really interesting, to be honest. Some of these readings I've already done, so it's like kind of hopeful, but it gives me another look that I didn't understand before, because it does hit a more international viewpoint. And then the last class I'm taking is, I think, one of my most challenging classes, but I really like it. It's called Teoría de Sociología del Trabajo, so theory on the sociology of work, and that one is from 4 to 6, and that one's challenging because it's already theory, and now you're putting it to me in Spanish. Like, it's challenging, but I enjoy it. So the first week was kind of just like whatever, like, because everything was a mess, like, for me personally. The second week, that first week I also enrolled for boxing. Boxing is 100 pesos a month or so. I bought a cool ass jersey. I'll post pictures. The jersey was like 350 pesos, kind of pricey, but it's really worth it. I'm just like, it's my keepsake. Boxing gloves, do not buy from the mall. I made a mistake. Do not buy from the mall. Go to your local sports shop. They're cheaper. And they're the same quality. Sorry, my nose rings. A ver, ¿qué más? I signed up for boxing. It's amazing. I have, well, I had bruises. I have bruises from the punches, but I keep falling because I can't. It's hard. It's really hard. You do 3 miles, que es como 5 kilómetros running around the gym through the botanical garden and back. And it's amazing. I love running is very challenging, but I love the feeling of accomplishing 3 miles. And I don't know, my legs are just like, yes, you did it. Yeah. So I'm doing boxing 2 to 3 times a week. I missed out yesterday. I had to go mail some letters because I'm mailing letters now because it's something I wanted to do for a long time. The lady underneath my apartment, it has like a school supply shop and like art supplies. And I bought some really colorful papers, and I bought some envelopes for like 2 pesos each, and some gel pens because I'm pretty. Even though I brought pens, I brought everything I needed to do schoolwork. But I just wanted a gel pen. I'm not gonna lie. And yeah, I sent out my first letter yesterday. It cost 40 pesos. It's like 40 pesos. Let me see. I sent it certified because it's for someone special, and I sent something in it, and I wanted to make sure that it got there. It's like $2.20. It has a tracking number, and I sent it through Correo Express or Correo Mexico or something like that. It's got a bird. I could put later how to send a letter. Sorry, it hurts. What else? It's because like, I guess another reason I haven't really been writing is because it's just been slow. I've been going out, I've been dancing, I've been eating good food, I've been hanging out with friends, or I've just been at home because I don't have money. That's why I kind of just don't write. Because like, what do you want to hear? Like me, oh, today I stayed in, like, or this week I didn't go out at all. Like, it just is funny to me. Oh, so my sibling made me this journal, or put together this journal, and it's like a travel kit. Among a lot of things, I got a travel kit for my sibling. It was really cool, like a self-care kit, like homemade scrubs, a bunch of masks, pens, paper, teas for children. Like, they thought about everything. But I got this notebook with a bunch of like mini notebooks in it, and what I decided to do a while ago is make like a travel one. I put Mexico, tu mi prenda, tu mi amor. I'm really obsessed with Chelino Sanchez, and I made a list of things what I want in life, or what I don't want, and what I'm willing to compromise, just things to keep myself in check. Things I wanna I guess focus on, so my mental health. Like, I'm a weird person. I have weird moods. And I made some goals. I made some goals about my body, like what I want to, like not so much like what I want to look like, but like be present in it, I guess. Things like that. For UNAM in school, I've just put like do my best or make connections, like, because school's not my thing, but I love school. I love learning. I mean, traveling, put museums, beach, hiking, tianguis. I love tianguis. There should be more on this list. I'm actually going some places. That's to come. family to communicate, even if we're far, which is really hard for me because I don't like texting. And I also forget to make phone calls. And like I just like sending memes and like tagging people and things. That's my way of communicating. But apparently that's not okay. Creative, like I got a nose ring. I already had one, but it fell out. But I got one again. 200 pesos for this and the piercing, or the jewelry. And that's 200 pesos. Sorry, I need to do math. It was like $10, $11. Sorry, I'm not quick with math. I told myself to get a tattoo here. Not sure if that's gonna happen. I put right. I was writing, just not long stuff. Checking my horoscope because that's interesting to me. Cooking, I cook. Make teas. Well, I bought a tea. I bought a bag of herbs, and I just use that for tea, and I just use like a coladera to like not drink the leaves. Poetry, I do that. It's not that great, but I do it. I put dance. I like dancing. And just more goals that I have. And like places that I want to go, like either during the program or after, because some of these places I can't go to. So I put Guanajuato, I might go there soon. Nayarit, Jalisco, Guerrero, those are places I can't go yet, so that will be in December. Put Yucatan and Querétaro. I want to go to other places too, but yeah. And then just things I want to do like creatively, and I haven't written too much because I have nothing to say yet. I wanna, yeah, I think I'm gonna just cut it here because it's getting boring and I'm getting bored, and when I get bored I don't say anything important, even if I do have something important to say. But I think I'm gonna leave it at that, and I don't know how many words that is, but I'm gonna say this is 3 entries. Okay, or I think this is enough for like to make up for the month, at least for a month, and then I'm gonna put more stuff. And I think I'm just gonna start making videos, like creative ones, or just do one every day. I think, yeah, I'm just gonna be quiet.